Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Um, yeah, third video on this series, or the series. So pretty cool. So today, I'm thinking we've got the Ender Dragon. I got a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna make a couple more things. Like I need some potions. But today we're also gonna be talking about hobbies and my thoughts on them and why I think they're awesome and my experiences with like getting hobbies and such. So yeah. But first, I'm gonna need to get some items. Like I want slow flying potions because I think those are gonna be super useful in the end. So I gotta figure that out right now. Hey guys, so I just realized this entire time I had my mic muted. So the footage you see is just me trying to find the end, and my horse is caught again. This is so awesome. So I think I did find the end because I went that way and this way. So I believe it has to be like over there or something. So what I was saying is I think hobbies are extremely important. Like, just for your life in general. Like I kind of said, I don't even know if this was muted, but I'm gonna read the definition again just because why not? So the definition of a hobby, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, is a pursuit outside one's regular occupation, engaging especially for relaxation. So obviously it's not a part of your professional life, right? So it's over there. So it's not a part of your professional life. So it's just a thing, obviously, for relaxation and something that you enjoy. And I think besides the rest and relaxation, it also just gives you, like, I would say it probably enriches your life. At least in my case, I think many of my hobbies have. Like for me, I used to play, or I mean, I still do actively. I mean, I did yesterday. I'd still play piano pretty frequently, right? And a lot of what I do in piano is just repeat. And one thing that I've kind of learned and it's taught me a good amount of patience. So I think for any hobby, like let's say my friend, he's growing a garden, and well, he likes to garden in general. He's growing one, but oh, nothing. Oh, never mind. There it is. So my friend he does gardening for a hobby, right? And a lot of the time, he always tells me, he's like, man, sometimes I just want the gardening. I want the plants to grow. I want to eat it. Oh, I want to just enjoy the gardening, enjoy the food, enjoy whatever comes out of the gardening. But realistically, crops can't grow in a day. At least, not now. And growing it gives him patience because he's able to wait, maintain his garden and understand that, hey, maybe I'm not getting the food today, but eventually I will. And when that day comes, it'll feel so satisfying that my patience paid off for me to have all these fruits, these vegetables, and enjoy the garden. And I think it's pretty important that these hobbies give you some type of life skill, like for example, patience, that most of the time, I mean, you could get in your professional field, don't get me wrong. It's just getting the satisfaction from the patience from, let's say, your hobby. It makes you learning that lesson a lot more tolerable rather than having to learn it a hard way through getting someone who's extremely impatient. Oh, here we go. Bye. Maybe having a coworker who's extremely impatient or intolerable, and you just have to be patient through them. I think it's a more tolerable way and a better way to learn life lessons and just enrich your life overall. Because I think overall that's what hobbies are for. You know, they do serve as ways to relax. You know, like piano, I enjoy the music that I play. But it also serves as a way for me to learn more things about myself that's more than the piano. Like being patient with my music notes and my mess ups here and there, but still continuing, you know, regardless of if I do well or not. Okay, enough of me yapping. Let's fight this thing. I don't think I need these Eyes of Ender, but I'm just gonna keep them on anyway. Let's go. Oh, what the heck? Why am I so far? This is not fun. I should speed bridge. Uh-oh. Ugh. Oh, yes. Oh, I gotta kill him with my sword. I gotta do it. Oh. Oh my god. Wow, that was a really dumb idea by me. But I survived, I guess. Oh my god. Then I beat the Ender Dragon. Yes, let's go. Wow, that was a kind of close call at the end. But hey, I killed him. So that's cool. You know, thinking that now, I'm just gonna take a slow flying potion just to be safe. So anyways, back to the topic at hand. Also, we're totally gonna be finding elytra. So like I said, with hobbies, it enriches your life. It's enriched mine. And I think the issue with a lot of people, I don't know, maybe I'm speaking generally here, but I feel like it's hard to, not difficult, but there's many things that just take us away from hobbies we could have. Also, real quick, I think there's a glitch, so I'm just gonna make sure that doesn't happen. Make sure I don't fall or anything. Alright, cool. So what I mean is it's hard for us to have hobbies is at least in the United States, it's a very work-heavy culture. And it's not only with adults that they work a lot, but it's also with like the youth, like for kids in school, high school, and even college to some extent. But I believe college, you, at least in my experience, you have more freedom and more time to do whatever you want. And with such a culture that is so oriented on work, it's a lot of, if you're not doing something that isn't retaining to your profession, I believe, at least from what I've seen, it's kind of looked down upon, right? You need to be as competitive as possible for whatever field you want to enter. And pursuing a trivial hobby like, I don't know, playing guitar or something, I mean, maybe it's not looked down upon that much. Maybe I am over-exaggerating. But my point is that if it's not directly related to what you're doing, it could be seen as a waste of time. And I really think no hobby is a waste of time, because if it's truly a hobby, then it won't take up all of your time. Like, obviously with gaming, it could be a hobby, but it could totally also just be a bad addiction. One thing I want to talk about first is kind of the distractions. Not distractions, but all the entertainment around us. Like, there's so many ways that we can just distract ourselves and mindlessly get entertainment. I feel it's something different that for us to get a hobby is to do something that I would say gives us a little bit of a challenge. And I think it's good that, you know, you get a challenge from a hobby. Like for me, you know, piano. I'm going to be referencing piano. I mean, I could also say chess, but They both apply, but I think getting some challenge from a hobby is a good thing. But now, like with social media and just the ability to like scroll whenever you want and always get something funny. Like, dude, I always get super funny video. Oh, cool. Yes. Okay. Nice. Anyways, I always get really funny videos, and like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy sometimes scrolling because it's fun. Like, there's funny content. There's always something that's relatable to me, which is what it is intended to do. And kind of the same thing with watching television, or like I'd say more streaming services, is that there's so much content online on those services that like it would take you your entire life to watch all of it, all of the content. Maybe let's say in Netflix. Maybe that's not entirely accurate, but you get my point. It's just a lot of nothing, and half the shows aren't even that good. I watched only a couple, like Breaking Bad. I watched that. It was pretty good. I mean, everyone says it's good, and I mean I do think it is good, don't get me wrong, but like that's a really good show. And I think shows aren't inherently bad, you know, when there's a good show that, you know, has a good meaning or is so entertaining to the point where you're like, wow, this is awesome. Like, that's something where I'm not against. Oh, I hate Joker so much. I'm just gonna directly bridge up to the ship. Yeah, all those shows, it seems like they're just trying to waste your time. And I think kind of the same thing goes for YouTube. I saw a video like a while ago talking about how YouTube is just kind of meant to waste your time. Like, a lot of YouTubers will make these like super long videos on some niche subject. Like, I saw one on the history of a toilet that was like 3 hours, and I'm like, dude, I can just look it up like on Wikipedia for 2 seconds and find out, oh, it was used a lot in this era or it was invented here, and that's what I get. I don't have to have a 3-hour video on the background explaining to me what I want to do or what I want to watch or something. And social media with streaming platforms, I think, is a perfect combo to just not have any hobbies. Like, you could go all throughout your day doing nothing, like doing no hot, let's say going to work, coming back, eating, just watching TV or something, and then going back to bed. Like, you can realistically do none of that and still be entertained, in a sense. Which, I mean, if you really want to do that, I mean, go for it. It is your life. I'm not going to tell you how to live it. But there's a certain point where you need to realize, like, dude, this is like, am I doing anything to make my life better? Not even in like a hustle culture grind way, but like, am I doing something that will enrich my life in any way? Like, at least give me some form of entertainment. Also, woo, elytra, let's go. All right, cool. Now we got elytra. So, I mean, all these things, if they do give you entertainment and they provide value to you, then go for it. But I just think there's better ways to less stimulate you and make you less impatient, or like you're more patient. Like, I'd say, like reading, I have tried reading and I love reading, but I will admit, like, I have a very short, like, I have a short attention span. I don't like admitting it, but I'm not scared to admit it because everyone has a short attention span, and it's not a good thing. Yeah, I think having a long attention span is better, but that's a video for another day. So yeah, all these shows, I'm not trying to sound like a conspiracy theorist here, don't get me wrong. Well, maybe. I do think that shows and social media is for sure a way of getting people like stupider and just trying to waste your time, basically. But I can't say it's for another video. It's gonna be like my saying now. Everything is just for another video. Yeah, I think they're all kind of just made to waste your time and do something that I wouldn't say is beneficial for your life, at least most of the time. So I think there's also two sides of a hobby that are also kind of important. I thought I just spawned here. Whatever. You could have a hobby, but then you could have an addiction. And I think for most people, like for me, I thought I had a gaming hobby, but in reality, I was just addicted. I just loved playing video games so much. And as much as video games are themselves a bad thing, like, playing them too much is. You know, the dose is the killer. It's not necessarily You know, I can smoke a cigarette one time and I'll be fine. But if you constantly smoke it, then you're eventually going to feel it. And I believe the same thing applies to video games, or anything else for that matter. If you play too much, then it just becomes an addiction and just not a hobby. Oh, nice. There's an end thing right there. Let's go. We can get out of here. And so I kind of had to quit gaming for a little bit. Mainly when I went to college the first time. Well, I mean, my only time so far. Just because I needed to kind of detox and get away from it. Because I do think it was eating up a lot of my life, especially in high school. But I kind of learned to balance it out now. And that's also why I made this channel. Because I was like, man, I really want to play video games. But I was like, man, I really want to do this thing where I just talk for no reason. So I figured I might as well combine the two. I'll leave the egg here for another day. And now we get the end credit. But I'm going to skip that because I've seen it like a million times. Where the heck am I? Oh, what the heck? So if anything, these hobbies, like, or like another example, chess. Chess has taught me, like, I really got to think before I do something. Like, because if you don't think when you play chess, you just lose. And losing is not fun. So having to actually think of what I'm going to do next, which sounds pretty shocking, it actually does help me in my real life. So those two hobbies are kind of an example of how that can enrich my life and make my life so much better. And I don't even think you have to have that many hobbies. I think like probably 3 or 4 hobbies is enough to be versatile. You know, whatever you're into, you can just do it. Like, I like video games, I like chess, and I like playing the piano. Wow, I sound like a nerd. Okay, to sound less nerdy, I also do play soccer. Well, football. Wherever you're watching this, I watch soccer or football. So I do that as well. Trust me, and I lift weights. I'm not just a nerd, I promise you. And I think it's pretty important for other people to have hobbies. People in my life, like, sometimes they just have one hobby, or they don't even have hobbies at all. They just consume and consume entertainment. And I just don't think it's healthy. Yeah, maybe it is good, but at the end of the day, like, you don't accomplish anything. And even if, like, let's say you play a video game, you're at least accomplishing something that exists, you know? Like, you can say you finished a TV series, but if it's really bad and no one else watches it, then, what's the point? I don't know. Maybe I sound too nihilistic or too negative. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer. Like, I'm not going to say if you watch a TV show, then you have no hobbies and you suck and you need to get a life. No. I'm saying, just like with anything, if you consume too much media, whether it be social media or TV series or whatever, even comics, like, or even books, if you read too many books, like, in a day, if you do it all the time, then at some point it's just going to become harmful. And for those who are wondering why I went on this version rather than the most recent one, it was just because I wanted to get this type of armor. It's the best armor in the game. It makes you pretty much invincible. And it's not like I'm trying to make my life super uber easy, but I think wearing this just is better. I see no reason not to. I like the old Minecraft. I'm going to sound like an old head, but I like the old Minecraft a lot more than the new generation. I still think the new generation is good, but I don't know. Just let me play my game. Also, if you pursue your hobbies enough and you get good at them, you could monetize them. Now, as much as I hate monetizing your life, I think if it doesn't harm you and you enjoy monetizing it, then go for it. Because if you pursue a hobby just to monetize it, rather than doing the hobby first, loving it, and then monetizing it, you'll enjoy it much more, and it'll be more fulfilling. It'll be more enjoyable too. And that's the issue I see. Like, people want to code to get this AI to do like all this stuff, which, I mean, if you're in it for the money, I'm not going to knock you down for it. But also, there's an element of passion I think you'd have to do such a hobby, or even a career. Like, I think doing it as a hobby is such a cool thing, especially if you want to make like cool little programs and all. Like, that's what I would want to do. I'm trying to code, but it's pretty hard, but I'm doing it day by day. It's slow. But yeah, I think overall hobbies should be a crucial part of your life. I'd say, or maybe not crucial, but an important one nonetheless. It gives you meaning. It gives you something to do. It gives you just rest and relaxation. If all I did was just work, eat, go to sleep, then I would be pretty miserable. But maybe if I played a little piano, you know, enjoyed playing chess with my friends, or even video games for that matter, I would enjoy life much more. And I think many people should do that. People should just try to do hobbies that they enjoy And even if they do play video games too much, that's not a hobby, dude. You're just addicted. Like, just admit it. Or even trying a new hobby. I love trying new things, and I've tried a couple hobbies. I've tried playing a sport. I actually do really enjoy tennis. That's one thing I enjoyed. The playing a sport or trying a new hobby, it's just a way to expand, you know, whatever you want to do. And explore, like, the entirety of what humanity has created with hobbies. Or just garden. That's a cool hobby. I don't know, whatever brings you joy, do it. That's the TLDR. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, just do hobbies that you enjoy. Try not to spend too much time like consuming content or consuming rather than just creating yourself, or maybe consuming something that's less stimulating, like maybe reading a book or a comic, you know. Obviously don't do it too much, you know. I mean, you can do whatever you want. Try to enjoy some hobbies, go outside, touch some grass. I need to touch grass actually, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed my talk about hobbies. I hope it was coherent. I made a little better of a script this time. And maybe I'll expand on this more in the future. Maybe I'll make a part 2 to this if I have anything else to say. But that's pretty much it. So, yeah. See you guys.